Okay. God damn it. Are you serious? You waited until I got into the car to open your goddamn Taco Bell? Now we have to sit here and record while you eat. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? You got Taco Bell and then waited for me to get into your car to eat said Taco Bell. And now we're going to record you eating Taco Bell. This is already going to be a long episode. We have a 45-minute drive ahead of us.
Oh, shit.
And you're sitting there fucking eating Taco Bell.
Yep.
God.
Good shit.
God damn it.
It's the fiery Doritos Locos Taco.
I don't give a shit what it is. Fuck Taco Bell. And then goddamn meat hose.
Good shit.
I do not have time for this today.
We're off to a good start today.
Welcome to Draft House Drive.
Hey, I think it's the first time you ever introduced the episode. Oh, that's in Park.
And guess what? Look when it opened.
Fuck you!
Dallas World Aquarium!
We're just starting this episode by pissing each other off, aren't we?
Oh man. It just opened that by itself. I didn't even have to do anything.
Your phone knows you
by
too
itself.
Well.
Oh,
this is how
damn,
Skynet
son.
starts.
Damn, son, that's goddamn beautiful. Fuck me.
It's so good.
Okay, you want to go the same route we went to Comic-Con, so turn here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You need to finish this taco. Taco and driving is not a recipe for success.
Nope.
And yet you continue. I have had a very long day today. Before we get into any stories of the past week, I have to give you a summary of my day today. Holy hell, I'm tired.
Keep talking, I have a mouthful of taco.
I will. So, I woke up at 7:30 in the morning by myself.
Okay.
No alarm, just woke up, and I fell asleep at 1 or 2 last night. That's already no bueno. Now, from there, I had a private lesson this morning from 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock. Now, the problem with that is I'm like, okay, if I'm up this early, I may as well go and stretch, work out some myself. So I did. But the problem is, so my boss is going to nationals next week. So he shows up halfway through the private lesson, starts training. Then, by the time my private lesson ends at 12, I end up getting wrangled up into his training.
Oh, God.
So I'm then training until about 1:30. In which case, I drive home, take a shower, come back, pick up my coworker, and then I take him to the draft house for the first time, which was a beautiful experience because we watched Big Trouble in Little Chinatown.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that they showed that movie was similar to when we saw Army of Darkness.
Oh, so like props and interactive bits.
Shoot along, and my favorite part, oh my God, was, so there's this one guy named Lightning, and he shoots lightning. And so they gave everyone blue glow sticks, and whenever you shot lightning, you stick the glow stick in the air and shake it around like you're having a seizure.
God.
So half the time, a bunch of people just sticking up glow sticks in there, and I was laughing my ass off.
That just sounds like my Saturday night.
Yeah, but
right now.
Yeah, but so I did that, and then I got done with that at 5, and after that, I came home, mowed my yard.
And this is talking today?
This is all today.
Okay.
I then came home, mowed my yard started that at about 5:30, finished at about 7, I want to say, yeah, probably around 7. In which case, I decided, hey, you know what I feel like doing? Running. So then I ran around my entire neighborhood for an hour listening to techno metal from Doom.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got done, and by the time I got home, I just started screaming the F word real loud because I was just like, I'm tired. Fuck! and now I'm going to see a movie that starts at 11:15 tonight.
Yeah.
We have to get on the highway.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
My night doesn't, my days don't match up to that. Lately, I had pretty much a whole week off. I worked Sunday.
Last Sunday.
Yeah, last Sunday.
Yeah.
So
I remember because I went to the draft house by myself, which is a very depressing experience.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I got 2 days off, then Wednesday. Then I worked Wednesday, and then 2 days off, and then I worked today.
Yeah.
And then next week is going to be pretty much the same story. I'm working tomorrow, Sunday, that Monday, super early. The rest of the week off, and then that's Saturday.
Wow.
I don't understand this.
You want to trade? You can work 6-7 days a week like I do.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah,
and plus 2 out of 3 of those shifts, both weeks, are both cancer box shifts, so it's easy as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I just get to sit there and read webcomics all day, and it's
man.
great.
Oh, man. So, if I do not say anything for a while, get on the highway.
Oh yeah.
If I do not say anything for a while, there's a possibility that I am asleep and I've passed out, and Brett will wake me up. So
Maybe.
it's all good.
I'll just start screaming and honking my horn.
That too. But yeah. I had a very long day. I couldn't even hear your horn.
Yeah, no, my horn is fucking wimpy.
Oh man.
I drive a tiny little white.
No, my horn is wimpy. Sorry.
No, I was getting to that. But yeah, I drive a tiny little white hatchback car, and the horn was the wimpiest horn on the planet until Quintin's smart car showed up and usurped it.
Man, I remember when I honked the horn for the first time in front of you. I was like, man, we gotta listen to this horn. You're like, yeah, get in the car. Both of us just fucking lost it. You were standing outside. You keeled over. You're like, oh my God. And I'm just sitting there in the car. I'm like, oh wow, I fucking own this car. Yeah.
I was just happy that my car wasn't the wimpiest horn anymore. Because I'll honk it for a while and see if we can hear it in the cast. You might have heard it. I think it made a blip on the radar there. But man,
made the person next to us confused. But it's all.
Oh well. Screw them anyway.
It's 10 o'clock at night. It's a Saturday night. Fuck it.
Saturday night, we in the spot. Don't believe me. Just rock.
Watch.
That shouldn't catch the copyrights because I said that very plainly and whitely.
Yeah.
I hope.
Man. Damn, son. Yeah, but I went to the draft house twice without you this week.
That's a sad experience.
That is like, well, no, once I actually had someone with me. The first time I didn't have anyone with me.
They're still both sad experiences because I wasn't there.
Well, that's true. But, man, what was it? So, Sunday when I went to go see History of the World Part 1.
Oh, yeah, because I couldn't make it.
Yeah, because you couldn't make it.
Luckily we had backlog.
I bought tickets for both of us, but yeah, you couldn't make it. I texted like 20 people. I was like, hey, I got a fucking extra ticket. Everyone's like, I'm working today. And I'm like, I don't believe half of you.
Can we hold on for a moment?
Oh, well.
This motherfucker in front of me has the exact same car as I do.
I know.
We're driving behind ourselves.
You're like a 6-year-old version of my brother. He would always, when we're driving, we see a fucking 4Runner in front of us. We're following ourselves, Mom. And I'm like, good job, Campbell.
This is like legit like the first time this has ever happened. At least I think that's a Hyundai. I can't tell. Maybe a Toyota or a Mazda.
Man, when there was one person at my college that drives a smart car besides me, and they parked next to me one day, and it made my entire week. I was like, you understand me.
Didn't that happen to a gas station as well on your way to Houston?
Yes, it did. But that wasn't them parking next to me. That was them just acknowledging me. I was just driving in, and I kind of looked at them and went, yeah, and they kind of looked at me and went, yeah. You want to get on the Dallas North Tollway. Not this one, but...
Oh, yes, I was about to say, like, a little late for that one, but yeah, okay. Yeah, DNT.
Yes, this one.
And... Oh yeah, going to Comic-Con, so I know the general way we go now.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what was I talking about? It's a smart car, and I went from draft house by myself.
Yeah.
But so I went to go see History of the World Part 1, which is a Mel Brooks movie, and that movie was goddamn hilarious.
Was it actually hilarious?
It was actually freaking hilarious. So it's from the guy who made Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Robin Hood Men in Tights, to name a few, and it was so goddamn funny. So it starts out, they show cavemen, and you may not know it, but...
Well, spoiler alert for History of the World Part 1, I guess.
It doesn't matter. This movie is like 40 years old now.
Oh, is it 40 years old? Never mind. I thought it was new.
No, it's not new. Mel Brooks turned 90 on the same day they showed it, so...
Never mind.
No. But, so let me see. It started with, like, the image from 2001 Space Odyssey where like the sun is rising and the cavemen are like standing.
Yeah.
But instead of the cavemen like figuring out how to use tools, they all just start jerking it. They're all just sitting there like slapping themselves in the dick, and I'm just losing it because it's me and then an empty seat next to me and then the rest of the people. So I could not have looked like more of an uptight white person than someone who has an empty seat next to him, considering that seat was taken.
Well, like an actual film critic.
Yes. Now, in addition to that, so it basically kind of goes through different parts of history. It goes through caveman times, then it goes through the Bible, which is my favorite part, but it only does that for like a couple of minutes because it's Mel Brooks dressed up as Moses, and he picks up he's getting the 10 Commandments. What the fuck was that? But he's getting the 10 Commandments from Jeebus, And
From Jeepness.
Jeepness. So he walks into the cave and he gets all these commandments, and he has 3 tablets when he walks out. And this is the best part of the whole movie. I shit you not, this made me start crying. I was laughing so hard. So he walks out with the 3 tablets, and he's like, Lord has given unto me these 15, and then one drops and just breaks, and he's like, 10 commandments, and I'm like, oh damn, that's goddamn beautiful.
I think I've actually seen that bit before. I don't know if like The Simpsons used it or something, but I've seen that bit before.
Oh man,
I need to watch this movie now.
Oh, it was so goddamn funny. But then they go from there to ancient Rome, and that's pretty good. And then they go from ancient Rome to what was it? I think that's when they go to the Spanish Inquisition.
That's a pretty big cut.
And it is a musical number. It is Mel Brooks and a group of nuns and a group of tortured Jewish people singing a musical number for a good like 10 minutes. And it is amazing.
Why?
And then the movie ends in the French Revolution.
Oh. Bit of a weird history of the world if it ends there.
And then here's the thing.
Oh yeah, because it's part 1.
Yeah, no, here's the thing is there's no part 2.
Oh.
But at the end of, because the
Is
part,
that on purpose?
Yes, it was on purpose.
God damn it.
Because at the end of the movie, they go, coming soon, History of the World Part 2. And he's like, see, Hitler on ice. And then there's a fucking scene of someone dressed up as Adolf Hitler ice skating.
That's amazing.
And then there's another part where they're like, see, Jews in space. And then there's Jewish people in a giant Star of David flying around like the Millennium Falcon. It is amazing. I was losing my shit in the credits when they were showing that. Oh my god. It was so goddamn funny.
Yep, I am totally quote-unquote buying this and watching it.
You need to see that movie. It was so funny.
Oh god.
Oh man, I was cracking up for so many parts.
Maybe I'll watch it in the interim between my haircut and you're going to your party.
It's only an hour and a half, so you should be good.
Probably, yeah.
Oh man.
Also, happy early 4th of July to all you Americans out there. Which I can guarantee you is 100% of the people who are listening.
There are no foreign people. Or at least we do not have enough outreach yet to reach foreign countries.
Yeah, they can barely leave our town.
We haven't left our town. Shh.
D-City.
All of our 3 fucking subscribers who are also subscribed to Marvel's Collector Corps. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, and then today I went to go see Big Trouble in Little Chinatown, and that movie is amazing because it's like Army of Darkness. It has the exact same like tone.
So it's like really tongue-in-cheek, serious.
Yes,
oh,
it is.
God.
It is a really funny action movie, and
nothing is taken serious. Nothing is sacred.
Not really, but so what was it? So I went to go see this with my coworker who barely speaks English.
Oh God!
And that was a good idea because he just walked out. He's like, I don't know what's going on, but it's a funny movie. And I said, that works with me. And that was his first time in an American theater too. And we're sitting there shaking freaking glow sticks and wearing blinky rings and shooting cap guns through the whole damn movie. Oh, it's beautiful.
You know, if I didn't know you better, I'd call you a massive racist for taking a Korean man to a Chinese movie. Or a movie about Chinese people.
Well, I only asked him because you couldn't go.
Yeah.
I asked him to go to History of the World Part 1, but he wouldn't have liked it because he
wouldn't have understood
it. He wouldn't have known what was going on whatsoever. At least with this one, there were some kung fu scenes. He's like, it's cool. Yeah. Even at the end of the movie, well, spoilers for this movie that is now 30 years old, but when they kill the bad guy, he just starts clapping.
Oh, your coworker?
During the movie. He's sitting there clapping because they killed the bad guy. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Yeah, that works for me. Oh, damn.
You should take him to a more normal theater sometime.
Yeah.
And not the Draft House special features.
No. I was considering taking him to Killing Joke. Since you said you may be gone.
He wouldn't. Well, is this the coworker who also likes Batman?
Well, not likes Batman, but is forced into Batman by me. And yes. But here's the thing: is I would bring him, but that's a real fucked up way to start watching Batman.
Yeah. With a hard R.
Hard R.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
I actually need to reread that book. But,
So do I. I'm probably going to do it like the same weekend that it comes out.
Probably. You have to lend it to me so I can read it.
Yeah.
Also, I was talking to my teaching partner, and I was she was just calling me a nerd and stuff for playing Overwatch and reading comics. I'm like, well, and then she was like also calling me cool because I've been lending her my graphic novels so you can get into this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're cool, but I guess you're kind of like, I guess you've like transcended to like nerd nirvana. I'm like, well, if that's the case, my buddy Quintin's basically nerd
You
Jesus.
don't got me, bro.
Yeah, he's
I
like
am
nerd
the leader
God.
of this religion.
And I'm like, he's just become God, and he also earned a PhD of chiroterology.
I was going to say...
Chiroterology is the study of bats.
I am the bat.
Yeah, and she thought you had a legit PhD for a moment. And I'm like, no.
It
he
would
punches
make
people
sense.
for a living.
It would make sense, at least for Batmans.
Yeah.
I would have the PhD for the Batmans.
You know what PhD is, right? Pretty hard
Doctor.
dick.
Oh, that too.
Yep. I always got a PhD, baby.
Okay, so what was...
Actually, you know what? I do remember what I was doing all last week. You know what I was doing?
What?
I was fucking bitches and getting paid.
Thank you.
Like always.
Yeah, of course.
Swimming in poon. Also, there's a boat right next to us.
This boat.
Yeah. We should hijack and become road
So here's
pirates.
a question, Brett. I'm wondering this from you. Have you ever seen a literal...
Titty? Yes.
No, like an actual real world in person. Have you ever seen a real world example of fuck out of here?
Fuck out of here?
Or I'm getting the fuck out of here? Have you ever seen a real world example of that?
I think I might have experienced that a few times, but I think it might have been at the time where we were at Zach's birthday party, and I saw them trying to shove a katana up Ryan's asshole.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
I was in the room for that.
Oh, never mind. In that case, I don't think I did see it.
I
just heard it secondhand. Damn it.
Yeah. But so, I was at the gas station earlier this week, and as I'm at the gas station, I'm just kind of filling up my car, and I'm looking around, and I see this hawk or a falcon, a large bird.
Large bird of prey.
Of some kind, and it starts flying, and it flies straight into this tree, and it just lands there for a minute. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then it flies out real fast, and I'm like, what happened? Like 30 fucking crows just fly out of that shit and start attacking this falcon. And I'm like, wow, that got real scary real fast, because they started following the falcon across the goddamn street. And so let me see if I can put this into perspective. You know the Kroger on 121?
Yeah,
that's where I was.
Coy, right?
I don't know.
This is pretty close to Coy.
It's the one on 121. There's a Kroger on 121.
Yeah.
And so this bird lands and flies out, and I shit you not, the falcon, and the birds following the falcon, follow it all the way across the street, halfway through the farm next to it, and then they come back. They were like, you get the fuck out of our place right now. And that falcon was like, I am getting the fuck out of here right now.
Oh, I love crows. They're incredible birds.
It's
really smart
terrifying.
too. You know, in Japan, the crows have actually learned the garbage routes. That way they can go and pick up garbage. Whenever the garbage man's out, they'll attack him and steal his trash. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I want a crow for a pet. They're such smart burbs.
For the record, those listening, we are going to see Swiss Army Man, since we have not actually said what movie we're going to see today.
I could have sworn we did.
We did not.
Or I might have had a mouthful of taco.
You were just eating taco.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're going to go see Swiss Army Man, which is a movie we have been very excited for a while.
Stars a dead Harry Potter with a magical body.
And a rapist.
Oh.
The guy who plays Paul Dano, the guy who plays the other character, was a molester in another movie that's actually really, really good.
Oh, he was the diddler?
He's the diddler.
That's like the best Batman villain.
Of course.
The diddler.
Okay, so
I gotta find all the diddler's secret trophies.
I actually had a theme question for this. So, considering we're going to see this movie,
Swiss Army Man, yeah.
and it has to do with a dead body, what is a time in your life or something where you have done something so stupid it could have resulted in your death very quickly, but it somehow didn't? Because I have a couple of stories if you want me to list mine off while you think.
I can't really remember. I've always played it really safe in my life, except for going 50 miles an hour in a go-kart in my grandma's backyard. That was fun. Almost ran straight into a tree.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was a smart kid.
Yeah, but so...
And then I think when I was 4, I might have been attacked by bees, but I might have ran away. I'm not for certain. Ohio's a weird place. I think it wiped my memory the moment I crossed the border.
Yeah, that sounds good for you.
Yeah, and I can't remember any other...
All those memories are going to come flooding back in a couple weeks, boss.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
I re-entered the border and it's just like, oh, God, why did I come back? It certainly wasn't for the amusement park, I'll tell you that.
Everyone's just, you're like eating dinner and everyone's just kind of staring at you and you're just getting war flashbacks. You're just sitting there looking at your mashed potatoes like, I remember these.
And I start making like a shape of Ohio out of the mashed potatoes and stabbing it with a fork. and then what I do is I load up a pea into a spoon, and I get a Sharpie, I label the spoon NASA, and start flinging the pea into the light bulb.
Pink, 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 pink.
Brett's becoming an astronaut again. Should we give him his meds? Nah, he'll be fine once he goes back to Texas. I want to be a star, man!
Let me get into these stupid experiences of my life. Number one, first one that comes to memory is when I was younger, one day there was a snow day, and me and one of my friends, we were like, hey, let's go out in the snow. And we're like, yeah, let's go out in the snow. So we go out in the snow, we're having fun in the snow. We go to the park, playing around in the park in the snow. It's lots of fun, lots of snow. So we're sitting there throwing snow back and forth. And then this kid that is like 1 year older than me, and this happened in middle school, I want to say.
So like the 1 year does make a bit of a difference.
A little bit. It's not like a big difference, but some of it different.
Yeah.
But so this kid who's older than me, and I'm going to say this, it's probably not politically correct, but I'm going to say this because this is what this person was. He was the definition of a redneck. He wore camouflage every day. He talked with that heavy accent.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to make myself.
Pretty much. But he lives in Plano. So we're sitting there and we're playing, and this kid shows up and he's like, hey, you guys want to do something more fun than a snowball fight? And we're like, yeah, what's that? And he calls, it's an ice ball fight. And he just picks up this giant ass dome of ice that is probably about the size of a football and just chucks it at us.
Jesus Christ.
Straight up, that could have killed me. That shit was so hard because it landed next to me and I poked it. There was no way that thing was gonna break unless it broke my skull.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I almost died doing that. Now,
welcome to winter in Ohio.
That's the first story. Second story is one from my junior year in high school, and this is one that I am very not proud of because this legitimately could have killed me. So I did not get my driver's license until we started this podcast, or a little bit after that. So during high school, I had to get rides home from people.
Oh, God. Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what this is.
So what happened is one day, I got to get a ride home from a friend, and it started raining during the day, but then it started like icing down halfway through the day. So rain turns into ice. All the cars have ice coating everywhere. So me and my friend get in his car and we can't see out the front window. There is
legit.
There is no visibility. So
like it would require a scraper to actually
pretty much.
The ice off.
And so there's one scraper in the entire parking lot at our school. So everyone's like passing around the scraper. We were like, okay, we can't take a lot of time with this because there's a lot of people. So we scraped 2 holes about double the size of a cell phone.
Yeah.
In either side of our of the front mirror for us.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, so we scrape out the holes and then we start driving. Now my friend, the dumbass that he is, accidentally turns on the fucking windshield wipers and covers shit up with ice again. So I can see out of my side, he cannot see out of his side. So what we did is we played a game called Tank Commander, which is where he drives and I give him directions. Now, I give him the directions and we get to the racetrack and we get boiling hot water and just dump it on the thing and wipe it down.
Which was an even dumber decision because I could have literally cracked the windshield.
Well, it's better than not fucking seeing things.
That is true.
And plus it wasn't my car, so I didn't give a shit. So, we get back in the car and we're driving, and again, he fucking hits the windshield wipers and I have to Tank Commander him all the way home. Problem being that he can't see while we're driving and we're in a big truck and he's not exactly the safest driver.
No, not at all. From what I've heard. Luckily, I've never been in the same car as him.
I did multiple times. That was bad. But, so that was bad. Now, it is not nearly as bad as what his parents thought we were doing when I told them we were playing a game called Tank Commander. When I told them we were playing a game called Tank Commander, they were like, oh, this is going to be bad. And we're like, no. And we explained it. And they were like, wow, we thought it was going to be something much worse. And we're like, what do you mean? They thought that we opened the sunroof on his car. I sat on his shoulders, covered his eyes with my hands, and just started screaming directions down at him.
Oh my God.
And if that gives you any perspective of what his parents could imagine him doing, that's the kind of person I was driving with.
Yeah.
There was multiple times when I was sitting in this car and he would go about 130 down Independence. Keep going forward.
Cool.
Don't worry, we got still 3 miles until we got to turn anywhere.
Cool.
So yeah, we have to go to the Dallas Draft House today because the Richardson one is not showing this movie, which makes me sad.
That's really weird, actually.
Because since they only have so many theaters in both these, they split up major releases. Like our Draft House wasn't showing Warcraft when it came out, but Dallas was. Yeah. Also, there's a possibility we may be getting something from this movie because I saw.
For free?
Yes, for free. I saw on Facebook that in limited quantities, if you go to see this movie, you could possibly get a Swiss Army Man whoopee cushion, which has
God.
Daniel Radcliffe, a silhouette of Daniel Radcliffe flying off with a fart cloud behind him, and it just says Swiss Army Man, and I really want that.
I'd like that too.
Real bad.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
But I actually remembered another time where I almost died. We were on Lake Erie. And it's like summer
it's
in
one of
Ohio,
these
so
stories.
it's all right. It's whenever the creature from the deep came up and grabbed me, and I died, and that's how I became Prince of the Squids. But
Prince Squad.
Prince Squad. No, but for serious. We were driving around in my grandpa's or uncle's or one of my family members' boats. I don't think it was my dad's. It might have actually been my dad's. I don't remember. But we were driving around in that. Boating around, swimming around, whatever the fuck a boat does on water.
Swim boat.
Yeah, it's not sailing because it was a motorboat.
Thank you for that.
So we actually had like a little pull along pontoon thing. Where it was like one of those inflatable donuts you get at an amusement park or at the pool.
Yeah.
But it had a bottom on it, and it was tethered to the boat. So I'm sitting in there with a life jacket on. Thank God I had a life jacket because you'll see in a moment. And like pretty much just me. I must have been 7 or 8, not too old.
Yeah.
And I think I had my mom on the other side of it, just like to balance out the weight.
Yeah.
And dumbass dad thinks, hey, we're going like 20 miles an hour on the water right now. What if I bump it up to 60?
Yeah, real
Thing
fast.
flips over. I like splash into the water. I'm freaking out, terrified. Oaklawn or
35 East South.
Okay. I splash over into the dank ass, like algae filled water.
Yep.
The water in Lake Erie is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Like you can't see, like you can barely even see like your own torso, like when you're like neck deep. That is not cool.
Nope.
Gross as shit. Ugh. But yeah, 8-year-old me goes tumbling in there. I get terrified. Oh my God, they have a T-Rex at the Perot Museum. I need to go see that shit.
Oh my God, you're a baby.
I love the Perot
Well,
Museum.
we got another bonus episode coming. Aquarium and T-Rex time.
Dude, I'm down with that.
That's gonna be a nightmare of an adventure, but fuck it, let's do it. This one.
Oh yeah, sure. And so I nearly die and drown, and that's why I never want to go onto Lake Erie ever again, because that water's spooky, and I had a lamprey attached to my ankle once.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
I keep saying it's my taint, but it was actually my ankle. Which was my taint.
I have one more story. I have one more story about me almost dying, and it may take us there because we only got 7 minutes till we're there, and this is a somewhat long story. So when I was younger, my father was not exactly the best driver in any way, shape, or form, and I'm talking he would never wear a seatbelt, and I'm talking ever, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, my friend. The tip of the iceberg is the seatbelt. So he doesn't wear a seatbelt. He's always like, man, why the fuck do I gotta wear a seatbelt? It should be illegal for me to have to wear. It shouldn't be illegal. Get on this one. He's like, it shouldn't be illegal for me to have to wear a seatbelt since motorcycle riders don't have to wear a helmet. And I'm in a metal box. And I'm like, yeah, in a metal box that can squish and kill you. But, so, he doesn't wear a seatbelt. Now, one of the things, okay, you're going to want to get on 35 East South, which is going to be, we're going to go that way.
Okay, you will.
Towards you. But, so, exit only.
Yep, I'm working on it.
Okay. But,
Okay.
so, as we're doing this, okay. So as I'm in his car, it's always a bad time. Always a bad time. There's two things. Number one, first one is one time we had to go get my haircut. And I get my haircut right by where the draft house is. 35 East South, which is that one.
What?
That one in the left lane. Yeah.
Working on it.
But so we drive all the way to where the draft house is, like 30 minutes away to go get my haircut because I've known this guy for freaking forever. And what ends up happening is one time there's a snowstorm. It was the year that the Cowboys had the Super Bowl here. You remember that?
No, I do not.
It was 8th grade, I want to say.
I know no football. 35 East South?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But so what ends up happening is we're driving on the highway and it is snowy as shit. And what ends up happening is as we're driving back, the car spins out and we land in a trench on the side of the highway. And everything was fine, no injuries from anyone, but the car couldn't move because we were stuck in snow. My dad's resolve to this is to have me, a 12-year-old, well, not 12 years old, maybe 12 to 13 years old kid, sit at the driver's seat while I try and speed up and go onto an icy highway.
Oh, that's fun.
And you wonder why I did not want to drive.
Yeah, you've had some bad experiences.
Traumatic fucking memories. Just a little bit. So yeah, I was like, I am not gonna sit behind this wheel. Fuck that, no. So he's like, okay, you get out, you start pushing the car, and I'm like, are you goddamn serious? So I was out in the fucking freezing snow, pushing my dad's truck with like the 3 muscles that I had in my entire body, while he's sitting there trying to drive it out of this hole. God damn it, I hate driving. Now, okay, so we're gonna, damn it, the exit is closed. What the fuck?
Well, it'll recalculate.
Possibly. Okay. It says exit 4226C, but it says it's closed up here. So we'll figure it out. You're going to want to get in this lane, though, because we're going to have to exit soon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that happened. That wasn't fun. And then the other thing that happened is, let's see, can we exit, or is it actually closed?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
But so the other thing that happened is my dad, when he would drive, he drove a truck. So sometimes I would sit in the back of the truck, and there are 2 occasions. Number one, when we would cut the trees in our front yard.
Like in the bed of the truck, or
yeah, like in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
So number one was when we would cut the trees in the front yard. We would like cut off a lot of branches. Okay. Take 4. This one.
Right here.
Yep.
We're
okay.
good. Luckily, no one was over.
Yeah. And then you want to merge and turn here.
Turn right.
Yeah.
No one died. Cool.
Okay. But so what happened is my dad we would cut off all these trees. What the fuck? It says turn left now. Fuck it, turn right. I don't give a shit anymore. Shit's fucking giving me goddamn directions.
I could probably pull in right there and go that way.
Okay, that works too. But so I would sit in the back of his truck on top of this giant pile of leaves, and there was no seatbelt. There was no anything. I was just sitting on top of these leaves while he drove, and every time we hit a bump, there was the possibility of me falling out of that truck and dying on the side of the road. Now, that's the least of the worries. Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna turn the other way when you get forward.
So
you go forward and then turn.
Okay, so I want to get in that lane and.
No, that way.
What is it saying?
God, fuck.
Let's see. Where are we?
Just turn that way.
Just turn.
Because this one's one way. That one should be one way too.
Okay.
Yeah, and plus I think it thinks we're going the wrong way.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is another time.
I'm trying to see. That's
interstate.
That's.
This is the street we're on right now.
Okay, well, whatever. So go that way, turn that way.
Just go, yeah. But so what ends up happening is when one time, me and my friend, we went to the pool, and after we go to the pool, my dad's like, hey, you want to sit in the back of my truck? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So we sit in the back of the truck, and we have one of the, like, donut pool floaties. So we're just kind of holding it down so it doesn't fly away. And, yeah, so take left.
Okay.
So what happens... I just realized I say that a lot. So, what we're doing...
Saying it's merged back onto 35, it's accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
So, then, after we, where was I? Okay,
Yeah,
so,
pool,
we leave in the pool, we get in the back of the truck, or in the bed of the truck, and we're sitting in the bed of the truck. And my dad had this thing when we were younger. And this is the best paradox in his car safety from when I was a child, because he had something called the speedy button. And that was, I shit you not, there was a thing on the side in front of my seat to show if the passenger was wearing their seatbelt. That was the speed button. So it was just like this little piece of glass, and if you put, it didn't actually press anything. But if either me or my brother put our finger on it, my dad would floor it.
Oh my God.
Well, it doesn't matter the fucking street, doesn't matter the speed limit, fucking floor it. So me and my friend are in the bed of his truck, and my brother decides to push the speed button.
Oh my God.
So my dad is going, I'd say probably 100 something down a neighborhood road, and me and my friend are holding on to this pool floaty for dear life, because that shit, we were going so fast, he could have pulled us off. Yes.
Cool. In that case, I kind of know where we are now.
But yeah, we almost flew out of the back of my dad's car twice. Once by myself and once with one of my friends. So that's real fun.
Yeah, that's pretty safe.
Yeah, safety.
Well, since I bought us some time with that, I actually remember 2 points where I almost died. One was a recent car crash. That one's pretty obvious. Got T-boned by a truck right outside my house. That was fun.
Yeah.
And that's where I also got my dick bit off.
Yeah.
I'll let you tell that tale some other time. Lamar Street.
What the fuck is this?
It's like a weird rare. But another time is when I was still living in Ohio. So indeterminate age, anywhere between. Well, I remember this. So
there it is.
I must have been. Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Right there? Oh, cool. Well, in that case, this story will get us through the parking lot. But do I just wait here?
Yes.
Or?
And then set up. Wait. Red.
Yeah, I know. Just turn left whenever it's good. But yeah. So it was Ohio winter. So you can imagine that's like just snow fucking everywhere. It's like 3 feet deep, like well, maybe not 3 feet deep, but like 2 feet deep at all places. And most everybody in Ohio knows how to drive in the snow because they fucking live there, and they should. And so my aunt's taking it really carefully. She were going down this road. I forget exactly where, but I think it was pretty much right outside my grandma's house, or pretty close. And she spun out, and alongside the road was a ditch, like a 10-foot ditch that like went into a cornfield. So we spun out. Our back end goes about pretty much 90 degrees to the right of us, and we're just backwards. So we're already facing the road the wrong way, and then our car also tumbles. Yeah. Like it literally tumbles over. So I think I might have passed out for a minute. And when I wake up, I'm hanging upside down in a car wondering, what? I wasn't even scared or anything. I was just like, well, this is weird. Down. Yeah.
Damn.
And I was like, looking back, that must have been terrifying. But me then, I was like, oh, shit sucks. Better get out of here. Luckily, no one died or was injured, but it was just really weird having that memory just flash back. Yeah. That's crazy. Ohio sucks.
Yeah. I was in a car crash once when I was younger, and my mom actually had to go to the hospital and get staples in her head because her head split open. But yeah, I always, for some reason, I always associate this that with 9/11 because I got taken out of school early that day, and I got taken out of school early on 9/11. So I always think that car crash happened the same day as 9/11, but I don't think it did.
You just probably have that weird association because they happen to be pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Well, either way, people, that was a fun note to end on.
That was a long episode. Damn, son.
So we may actually cut the next one short if Quintin's okay with that. Maybe.
I have a lot of stories from this past week, so maybe not.
Well, we'll let Quintin have his story time. But on that note, on that bright, cheerful note, we're going to go see a comedy movie about fart jokes.
Yeah, and boners.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Word.